one of the very important principle of spirituality is that it must be applied in our everyday and of course our practical life. Spirituality must be applied to our practical life, and this is why this structure is called Mandir. This structure is called Mandir. The first part of that word is man. Man means, we all know, my friends, the mind. So basically the what you call the consecration of the devatas and devis in this structure called the Mandir is really the consecration of the devis and devatas in our hearts, in our mind, in our lives. As you all know, I was brought up in this temple. So this Mandir is part of my life. This Mandir is part of the life of probably every one of us here tonight. And man means the mind. And in the very word itself, it is indicating to us that, hey, the practical spirituality that we are talking about must start in the mind. It must start in the mind. And from the mind, it comes into action through the sensual organs in the objective world. So we think about it at the level of the intellect. We allow the emotions of the bhakti and the devotion and the spirituality to flow through the mind, and then we put it into action. And this is why, on Saturday, as a matter of fact, on Sunday, this yatra is going to happen. This is Veer Hanuman Yatra, a very beautiful day of pilgrimage on July 1st, that is, on Sunday coming, from 5 o'clock in the morning, starting at the Diwali Nagar site, and there will be different chariots with different murtis of Lord Hanuman, one of Lord Ganesh, as a matter of fact, one of Lord Ganesh, one of Sita Devi, Sri Ram, Lakshman, and of course Hanumanji, one of Durga Devi, another chariot with Swami Sachidananda Ganapati Swamiji, one with Bhagwan Satya Sai Baba, another chariot with Kripalu Ji, another chariot with Param Pujya Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda Ji, and all these chariots and what you call the chariots with all the different murtis will be going through different communities on a pilgrimage. Why? Why it is these devotees and the devotees of the Trinidad and Tobago Federation of Hindu Organization put together this pilgrimage, this act of devotion. As a matter of fact, I'm inviting every one of you to be there to this. It will be a beautiful experience, even though I myself will try my best to be there, because I have a Yagyopavid Sanskar that morning and then a wedding right after, so it's a full Sunday for me. But my friends, if you can make an opportunity to go to this, it will be a great blessing in your life. And the question is, these devotees have put together this yatra, my friends, not to only bring devotees together, not to only bring mandirs together, not to only bring, my friends, people together, but to bring, my dear friends, the vibration and the spiritual energy that emanates from each and every one who is going to be there, from their minds, targeting the various communities and by extension the entire country through the process of the pilgrimage, through the process of chanting, through the process of puja and worship, and through the process of, my friends, the divine vibration that will emanate from everyone who will attend that very sacred, my friends, yatra. So the point that we are making is, my friends, in the act of spirituality, we must try to bring it into our practical lives, and this is what this yatra is about. Now, not only speaking about the yatra, speaking about every journey of life should become a yatra. Hai na bhaiya Krish? Every journey of life should become a yatra, a pilgrimage. Every journey of life. And how do you make your journey a pilgrimage? Let us say you're going to the bank. How that is a pilgrimage? If you're going to the bank, how the bank could be a pilgrimage? And that is a journey. Baba, that's time to deal with money. That's not a pilgrimage. Friends, how do you make your dal, your rice and bhaji, or your roti and chana, how do you make that prasad? Om Brahmarpanam Brahmavihi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaivatena Gantavyam Brahmakarma Samadina Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashitaha Pranapana Samayuktaha Pachamyanam Chaturvidam. Time to eat. Right there, you convert your roti and chana, or you convert your dal, rice and bhaji, or you convert your red bean rice and Jai Bhagwan into prasadam. By the mantras that is echoed from the vibration of the mantras and the mind, the food that you are eating now gets converted into prasadam. How to convert the journey into a pilgrimage? My friends, let the journey become a pilgrimage when there is prayer, when there is chanting, when there is positive vibration emanating from you. Then the trip to the bank, the trip to the school, the trip to the office, the trip to anywhere becomes a pilgrimage. That is how spirituality becomes practical. Don't wait for Sunday morning to go up to Aripo, as Swamiji indicated. Don't wait to go on a pilgrimage in India. Don't wait to go to the church, the temple, the mosque on a Sunday morning. Let the spirituality be part of your every move and your every action. That is, my friends, the message from the life of Hanuman Swami. Everything for him was not work. Everything for him was a pilgrimage. And he simply converted it. So homework tonight. From tonight, 10 to 8, until tomorrow night, 10 to 8, the homework is, whatever we do is going to be an offering to God. That's the homework. Let everything be an offering to God. And that is why Bhagwan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Karmanyevadikaraste mam faleshu kadachana. Mam, to me, the Lord says, fal. Fal means the fruits. So let the fruit of your action be offered to me every day. And friends, you become free from the result of that action, because everything is mine now. The Lord says, I take claim of it. That's why Bhagwan Krishna is so very sweet. He, my friends, makes it so simple for us. Everything is mine. Once you dedicate it to me, you are completely free. I will deal with everything else. Now, the homework is, everything you do from tonight until tomorrow night, same time, let it be an offering to God. So if you are eating, that is offering to Bhagwan. If you are going to work, that is offering to Bhagwan. Sally and King Singh celebrating their wedding anniversary, offering to Bhagwan. Their 12th wedding anniversary is the celebration of the blessing of the Lord in their life. 12 years. Henna Sally? The celebration of the anniversary. So in other words, when we say thanks to the Lord, the marriage becomes what? Marriage becomes a blessing. The marriage becomes rewarding. Friends, in other words, what I want to say, for the next 24 hours, convert. Get busy in conversion, but not your religion. Convert what you do into an offering. Convert what you express into an offering. Convert your daily routine into worship to the Lord. And to simply do this, friends, we chant His name. We dedicate it to Him. We say our sankalp in our own way, and we dedicate it to Him. And this is what Tulsidashi says in the second verse of the Hanuman Chalisa. every one of you chant, we all chant all the time. What is the second verse? It says, Ram duare tum rakhware. Jai Bhagwan. That's not the second verse. What's the second verse? Ramdut atulit baldhama anjani putra pavan sutanama. Sing again. Ramdut atulit baldhama anjani putra pavan sutanama. Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram, Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Siya Ram. Ramdut. That's the meaning of Ramdut. Ramdut means the one who is the servant of the Lord. But the difference is, my friends, Ramdas and Ramdut. And this is very beautiful to understand. Some people are Ramdas and some people are Ramdut. What's the difference? What's the difference? We have some Facebookers also live. What's the difference between Ramdas and Ramdut? Anybody named Ramdas here? We have no Ramdas in Barakpur? We might have a few listening on Sankhya TV or on Akashvani or on Facebook. Ramdas. Ramdas. Ram means Sri Ram, the Lord. Das means servant. Ramdut. Ram means the Lord. Dut means servant. So in English, there is no difference between Ramdas and Ramdut. But in philosophy and the philosophical interpretation of the two names, my friends, Tulsidas ji was very intuitive when he writes, when he selected, my friends, his words while writing the Hanuman Chalisa. He says, in this case, Hanuman ji is Ramdut atulit baladhama. Ramdut means the one who serves the Lord, in this case, Sri Ram, without looking for any reward. So this is called Ramdut, selfless service. So the Ramdut is the one who serves selflessly and doesn't look for anything. As a matter of fact, Ramdut, the one who serves, and if they are given anything as a reward, they also give that away. Ramdut. Ramdas, the one who serves with the intention of Sri Ram, the one who serves in a very constructive way. Like they say, work is worship. So work is worship. In other words, when you are working, what you look forward to the end of the month? Naturally, you look for your salary. And that's natural. You can't live without your salary. As a matter of fact, payment is very, very important, especially in this, what you call, economic crisis that the country is in. So you serve. So you look forward for your salary. In that case, you are serving with dedication. That dedication is Sri Ram. And the service is Das. So you are getting something in return. Ramdas. And then there are others also. They forget the Ram. They forget the dedication. They forget the truth, the Ram in the service. They forget the truthfulness in the service. And all they work for is the money. So there are many different ways of looking at it. So the Ram in Ramdas is dedication. The Ram in Ramdas is truth. The Ram in Ramdas is honesty. So the person who is studying honestly is Ramdas. The person who is working honestly is Ramdas. The one who comes and does seva in the Mandir, like the people who decorated, the people who cleaned, the people who contributed financially, the people who does whatever and doesn't want anything in return, they are Ramdut. Isn't it? So, Ramdut atulit baldhama Anjani Putra Pavana Sutnama. Friends, into which category do you fall? Ramadut or Ramadas? Now don't tell, just think. You might say, Baba, we fall into both categories because both categories, sometimes we work for something in return and sometimes we work selflessly. And that is very good. In the case of Hanuman Swami, my friends, Hanumanji was always selfless. He wanted absolutely nothing, especially when he was serving Bhagwan Sri Ram. And friends, if we analyze carefully, can anyone tell me which was the greatest part of the service that of Hanumanji, that he rendered to Sri Ram? Can you tell me which was the greatest thing he did? Now there are many things that are great, but just name one that comes to your mind, Mama. Huh? I can't hear you, did he? He found Mother Sita. Okay, one. Any other? Huh? He opened his chest and he showed Mangal Murti of Sita Devi and Sri Ram. Anybody here? What is one of the greatest things Hanumanji did? Huh? He saved Lakshman. He saved Lakshman Bhaiya from the Shaktiban by bringing the Mool Sajivan. Any other? But remember, when he saved Lakshman for the Mool Sajivan, he did that for Lakshman and not Sri Ram, Just joking. That was for Sri Ram also, because Sri Ram was happy. Remember, Sri Ram was crying and was down on the ground, and he said to Lakshman, Utola Kana Lal Priya Bhai. Oh Lakshman Utona. Had Lakshman not gotten up at that time, Sri Ram, my friends, maybe he would have shattered. See, that is one of the things also. So, Lakshman, any other? I'm looking for one other. Very important. Huh? Everything. But Anilji said everything. Yes, everything that Hanumanji did was unique. But there was one thing I am looking for, in my opinion. It may differ when it comes to your opinion, but in my opinion, my friends, one of the greatest things that Hanumanji did, you see the message he delivered to Sita Mata at the time when he crossed the ocean. That to me was one of the greatest things, because Sri Ram, when he pointed that out to Hanumanji later on, he said to him, for what you have done, Hanuman, I could never repay you. And the same thing, Sita Mata said to him, she said, son, having listened to your speech, you have saved me from drowning in the ocean of sorrow. So you see that message, my friends? That message, to me, in my opinion, was one of the greatest things that Hanumanji did at that particular time in the service of Bhagwan Sri Ram. For that, to be a servant, to be a messenger, be very attentive. To be a messenger, you have to be pure. To be a messenger, we all have to be pure. Because friends, to deliver a message exactly the way you received it, it takes someone with great intellectual skills to deliver that message in an intellectual way, that's one, and two, in an emotional way, as it was given to him. He delivered exactly, my friends, what Sri Ram had said to him in the same way. So Hanumanji also had the intellectual and emotional skills to deliver that message to Sita Devi exactly the way Sri Ram gave it to him. Because friends, let me ask you all a question. If the Prime Minister of this country gives you a message and tells you to give that message to the opposition leader, and the Prime Minister gives you that message, will you go to the opposition leader and put in something more, or you'll deliver the message exactly? Exactly or not? Well, a bias. If the Prime Minister gives you a message and tells you to give that message to the opposition leader, you will take that message with great caution and deliver that message exactly the way he told you. And if you're politicking, you're going to put in some pieces. But if you are sincere, if you are a sincere messenger, you will deliver exactly what he says. In other words, my friends, the point I am making is, in this case, Hanumanji is delivering a message for the Lord. So he will not input anything. He will deliver exactly the way it was told. Therefore, this is what made him very great. This is what made him very special, because friends, whatever Hanumanji, whatever he undertakes, he does it perfectly well. Isn't this a beautiful message for our young people tonight? I heard, in fact, as a matter of fact, yes, on the news, and saw also in the papers, where the Minister of Energy said that he sent out a resume application, what it is? Advertised rather, for jobs. And instead of getting what he wanted in terms of resumes, he got over 200 plus resumes, meaning all these young people have the qualification and they are out of jobs. So the what you call advertising went out, and now you have all these people coming in, and all you can take is probably 5 or 6 or 7. Let's say maximum 20. Out there is very, very challenging. It's a very difficult time that we are living in. And what we are picking up here tonight, my friends, is when you have something going for you, do it well. That's the point. When you have something going for you in terms of work, in terms of whatever you are doing, do it to the best of your ability, because you don't know what will happen the next day or just around the corner. This is why Hanumanji, friends, whatever he did it well. And this is not a spiritual thing. This is a moral thing. This is when we look at ourselves and we take pride in ourselves. When we take pride in ourselves, we do it with class. When we take pride in ourselves, we do it with dignity. When we take pride in ourselves, we do it with respect. We don't do it for getting something, getting salary. Just recently, my wife was doing an interview also, and I happened to be there, and I contributed also in the interview. And I told the guy, the young boy who was coming to the job interview, I said to him, I am a kind of spiritual kind of fellow, and I just want to tell you something. If you get this job, don't work for money. I said, do you agree with that? He said, I'll go somewhere else and look for a next job. Of course, the boy got scared. On a job interview, you will get scared. And when I explained to him, I said, when you come here, work because you love your job. Hanumanji worked for Sri Ram because he loved what he was doing for the Lord. And you see, that paradigm shift in our attitude makes a big difference in the way we contribute, my friends, in the workplace, in our homes, in society, in the Mandir. It makes a big difference because you are serving, not for something, not for recognition. And this is the meaning of Ramdut. This is the meaning of Ramdut. Serving selflessly. Friends, next homework. When you go to work tomorrow, or you go to school tomorrow, or you're doing anything tomorrow, do it from your heart. Let's all do it from our heart, including myself. And when we do it from our heart, we'll do it with the best attitude. And the best attitude, friends, is what is going to take us forward and make us successful. This is, if I am to make a wish for everyone tonight, this is my wish. That we all do what we are doing perfectly well. Because this is what Hanumanji did. This is what made him different. This is what made him stand out. Wherever he was, and even till today, Hanumanji, he stands out. Brothers and sisters, because what he does it well. Young people tonight who are here, those who are on Facebook, the young ones on Sankhya TV, the young ones on Akashvani, and the young ones who are here present live. Whatever you do, do it well with the right attitude. Take one page, one example from the life of Hanumanji. Because my friends, we don't know what will happen next in terms of jobs, etc. And this is why Hanumanji had Sri Ram so close to his heart, as it is said. राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, दासी मन काहे को डरे तेरा। राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, दासी मन काहे को डरे तेरा। राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, दासी मन काहे को डरे। काहे को डरे रे, काहे को डरे, काहे को डरे, काहे को डरे रे, काहे को डरे। राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, दासी मन काहे को डरे। की उतारे तेरा बार, दासी मन काहे को डरे तेरा। राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, दासी मन काहे को डरे। काहे को डरे रे, काहे को डरे, काहे को डरे, करेंगे बेड़ा पार, दासी मन काहे को डरे। सहज किनारा मिल जाएगा, सहज किनारा मिल जाएगा, मिल जाएगा, सहज किनारा मिल जाएगा। डोरी सांप दे उसी के सबके हाथ, दासी मन काहे को डरे तेरा। राम जी करेंगे तेरा पार, उदासी मन काहे को डरे, काहे को डरे रे, काहे को डरे, काहे को डरे. So, in the heart of Hanumanji, my friends, he was this Ramadut. So he served from within. And if we practice this homework, my friends, just for 24 hours, and shift in the attitude, and let's see how it works for us. Put your best foot forward in the serving, whatever you're doing, whether it's school, whether it's work, whatever it's something for somebody, let it be the best. So this is the meaning of Ramadut. But to do this, you also must be very strong. So atulita bala. Tulsidas ji, he puts in the third word, atulita bala dhama. Dham means the abode. So Hanumanji, my friends, was the abode of strength while serving Bhagwan Sri Ramchandraji. So there are three things in this verse. One, he is the envoy, the selfless servant of the Lord. That's one. Second thing is, he is the abode of incomparable strength, and he is very strong in this service. And the third thing is, Anjani Putra Pavanasuta Nama. His name is Anjani Putra Pavanasuta. His name is that he is the son of Anjana Devi and Pavan Devata. Now we all know that very well, but there must be something in that for us. If you read the Hanuman Chalisa, you will say, okay, so his mother is Anjana Devi or Anjani Devi, and his father is Pavan Putra. Okay, so what does that do for me? Isn't it? What does that do for you? If the Hanuman Chalisa is supposed to be a Siddha mantra, and when we chant it, something's supposed to happen to us, what will that do for us? Friends, he is Atulita Baladhama. Bal means strength. Bal means that he is strong, and we all know, friends, there are different kind of strength. There are different kind of power. You have financial power, you have physical power, you have mental power, you have intellectual power, you have spiritual power. All that is what you call bala. So some people, they are mentally strong. Recently I was talking to someone. There's a family, a couple rather. They very, very sad, my friends, very, very sad. They lost their 16-year-old son. On the day the child had to write his last exam, that day was his funeral. Now I cannot imagine what that mother and father is going through, and I will never be able to imagine. And I'm sure that you also may not. Probably we can try to understand, but we will never be able to feel the way they are feeling. But tonight, I want to wish them mental strength. You see, mental strength, my friends, can help us to come out of any situation without sinking into depression. Because when sad things happen in life, we can sink into the ocean of what you call depression. And that is when we need Hanumanji to come into our lives. Hence, we have devotees like these, organizing yatras like these, so that Hanumanji will come into our lives constantly, because we are living in frightening times. That's why we need this. We are living in frightening times, my friends. We are living in times where people can be pushed into the ocean of depression mentally. So not only losing a loved one can send somebody into depression, losing your job can send you into depression. When the monthly bills come and you are unable to feed your family, that is when depression can come in. People do crazy things. They go to drugs, they go to alcohol, people run away from home, people commit suicide, and all crazy things they do when, friends, things are not working out, or when sadness comes or strikes at their doors. That time we need more strength than ever. That time we need more strength than ever. And that is why Tulsidas ji says, Hanumanji is not just strong, he is atulitable strong. He has incomparable strength. Atulita bal. Atulita. Incomparable bal, strength. So, friends, when sadness strikes in our lives, that is when we need not just to be strong, we need more strength than strong. And to get that, we need to develop our minds. young girls, when people, we see so much of domestic violence these days. And if you're not emotionally strong, my friends, you can't come out of it. You'll remain a weakling on the chain of life. And when the weakling break or burst, that is when everything finished. It ends in what? Destruction. Domestic violence is a real thing. Ask our police officers. They are facing it every day. Ask our spiritual leaders. And if you are not strong, domestic violence doesn't mean only violence against women. It means violence against men too. That's a serious thing, Domestic violence not only against women, violence against men too. Because long time domestic violence against women. They said table has turned, Krish. When table turn is now ladies against men. Domestic violence, whether it's against men or women, is not good. Young children are being abused. My friends, that is something is real in society today, in the world today. And you know why all these things happen? When people's mind becomes sick. When people's mind becomes diseased and it has no more strength, that's the last stage they would reach. Now, why am I giving these type of examples? We may not have anybody who is abusive here in the Mandir. We may not have anybody who are here who abuse children. But there are people outside there. We can take the message and we can go out there with it, my friends. And we can be the pillar of this bala. We can be the pillar of strength that can help others to stand with us and we can stand with them, giving them the strength to cope with situations like this. But I want to re-advocate. I want to advocate rather for the protective services for our nation. You would see on many of the television programs where police officers will be appealing to people. If you know of a situation, call the hotline, call the helpline, where we can help people. Because friends, coming back to the spiritual side of it, when the mind is sick and the mind is weak, it is either we abuse somebody, it is either we are being abused by somebody, or if we know somebody is being abused, we do nothing about it. All three cases. Next thing. If someone is a victim of any form of sadness, in this case I'm using the word sadness. Friends, depression, alcohol, drugs, and evil company is not the solution. Bring back your spiritual life together. And when we bring back our spiritual life together, then we become the abode, the dharma, the abode of strength to deal with any situation that we are facing in our lives. So the second thing is, Ramdut, the servant, selfless servant of the Lord, and Atulita Baladhama, he is the abode of incomparable strength. And what is the third thing? He is Anjana Putra or Anjani Putra. Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama. Let us take the literal meaning. Anjani means the mother, Anjani Devi. Putra means a son. Pavan means the wind. And Putra, Pavan Sutta means also wind, son rather. And Nama means name. So Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama. Friends, remember, be very attentive and remember this line. He is the son of Anjani Mata. What is the meaning of Anjana? Can anyone tell me? What's the meaning of Anjana? one who has a pure intellect is called Anjana or Anjani. One whose intellect is pure. Now imagine giving birth to a son from your pure intellect. We're not talking about a physical birth. We're not talking about 9 months delivery. We are talking about giving birth to a child from a pure intellect. What is the meaning of a child from a pure intellect? The only thing the intellect has is knowledge. And my friends, giving birth from the womb of knowledge means, my dear brothers and sisters, giving knowledge to the world. That is the meaning of Anjani or Anjana Putra. She gave knowledge to the world through her son. Like in the Holy Bible, it is said that I gave my only begotten son. In the Holy Bible. Have any Christians here? I see 3. Jai Bhagwan. So we are very proud to have our Christian brothers and sisters with us. You're always welcome. And in the Holy Bible it is said, I gave my only begotten son. What's the next part? Huh? Say about that. You're a Christian too? Very good. You see, what you call interreligious knowledge. I gave my only begotten son, so that whosoever believeth in him shall never perish. Anjani Putra. She gave her son, and whosoever believe in him will receive the strength of the intellect and will receive the strength of knowledge and will also be able to contribute to society that knowledge which they represent. Now you become the personification of knowledge because you are born from the womb of the intellect and you are the personification of knowledge. So a person who is the personification of knowledge becomes a direct servant of the Lord. A person who is born with knowledge or is the direct link with knowledge becomes a direct servant of the Lord, and that person, friends, can only add beauty to society. This is the inner meaning of this second verse of the Hanuman Chalisa. So Anjani Putra and then Pavana Sutta. Pavan means the wind god and Sutta means son. So Pavan Sutta means that he is also the son of the wind. Now let me ask you all something. What is the meaning of Pavan, the wind, in your life? What's the meaning of Pavan Devta in your life? You might be thinking, Baba, without the wind, we can't even live. Duh. Every second we take a breath. Inhale, exhale. That's Pavan Devta. And Pavan Sutta is the son of the wind. Now friends, this is the part I want you to remember. Not the part about inhaling and exhaling. We could forget that. Forget to inhale and exhale also. If you forget to inhale and exhale, you will finish. So that's one thing we would never forget. What I really want you not to forget is the wind, Pavan Devta, is the greatest purifier. And anywhere the wind goes, it purifies. So, take for example, if the Mandir is having a lot of smoke because of the Havan, and you open the windows, Pavan Devta pass through, and all the smoke gone. In other words, he purifies the place. One thing. What I want you to remember second is, my friends, the wind gives life to the entire universe. Anyone that you come into contact with, if you are the son of the intellect And if you are the son or daughter of knowledge, and if you are born in this world as a servant of God, wherever we go, we give life to others. In other words, my friends, we don't make people depressed. We don't say things to make people unhappy. We don't do things to abuse people. We love children and respect children and don't abuse children. That is what true devotees of God, and that is what the true believers of God will do. So Pavana Sutta means the one who adds, who purifies wherever he goes. That is why some people, one day somebody asked me, they said, Baba, why did Hanumanji go and he pull up all the trees in Lanka? He went and he pulled out all the trees after eating the fruits, and then he burned down the city of Lanka. Why did he do all that? Was it because he wanted to show that he's strong? I said, no. Because wherever a devotee of God goes, he purifies the entire place by whatever means. If it means you have to burn down Lanka to purify it, burn it down. But what this is, please don't go and catch anybody placing fire and say you're purifying it. Some people might say, Baba, really? I know the neighbor, that fella real impure. I'm going to purify it tonight. No, you purify with knowledge. So through Pavan Devta, you give the knowledge of purification. And what do? Purify the entire place, my friends, because knowledge is that which purifies. Now is the time for the young ones to make that change and to shift in attitude, because, my friends, Pavan Sutta means the one who purifies wherever he goes with the knowledge and with the blessing he gives, he purifies everything. Another meaning of the word putra, like Pavan Sutta, Anjani Putra and Pavan Sutta, another meaning from a Sanskrit point of view is, it is said, Pum nama naraka trayate iti putra. A definition given in Sanskrit, Pum nama narakat trayate iti putra, which means that a son is one, a putra, not just a son, a putra is one who saves the parents from the narakat. Narakat means the hell. The hell that is called put. That is the meaning of the son that saves the parents from that hell. Save the parents from going to hell. Jai Bhagwan, that's some children putting their parents in hell. So, Pum nama narakat trayate iti putra. That person is called putra, who saved the parents from hell, not put them in hell. So, Pavan Sutta, my friends, this is only the second verse of the Hanuman Chalisa. And if we were to take these three principles and apply it in our lives, number one, serve selflessly at work, at home, wherever. Don't look for nothing in return. Be a dut, not a das. Be das sometime if you want. Then, have that strength, atulita bala. Not just to be strong, but be very strong on the inside. And the third thing, give birth to pure children, born from the intellect, meaning knowledge. And when we give that birth, my dear brothers and sisters, we add beauty to society. Third homework tonight. What is the first one? Whatever we do from tonight until tomorrow night, do it selflessly. Second one. Second one is, sorry, I can't hear. Sacrifice. You all speak up. Sacrifice what? Offering your own? Or offering to God? Avinash is really shouting home, and here boy hardly talking. Everything you do it for God. You know the old people are saying, for God's sake. So whatever you do from the night until the morning, do it for God's sake. And the third thing is, let us be like Anjani Mata. Let us give that knowledge out everywhere. Don't become victim of ignorance. Don't become the victim of any negativities. Be pure and strong on the inside. And never allow yourself to become depressed regardless to whatever you are going through and whatever is happening in your life. Stay strong. And then the second verse of the Hanuman Chalisa will have meaning in our lives. Prem se boliye Pawan Putra Hanuman ki